welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with another collaboration with Scrapbook Studio NC. They're a scrapbook store out of Greensboro, North Carolina. I will have all her links, social media, and the link to her shop down below. So definitely check it out. And today we are using the Winter Farmhouse collection by Simple Stories. I have kind of been on a border kick lately. So what I am doing here is gutting this plaid paper because I wanted that to be my border. And then what I've been meaning to try for a little while now is having the border only on 3 edges because I do like to do 2-page layouts, and I thought that way it would kind of, the 2 layouts would kind of flow together better. So what I did is I cut 1 inch off one side and then only a 1/2 inch off the other side. And I'm going to do that same process again for the second page. So while I'm doing that, I also want to let you know that Dana at Scrapbook Studio NC is offering 10% off through the end of May, as well as free shipping over $35. All you have to do is use the link provided down below, and the code automatically gets added to your cart, which is super nice and super convenient. So for this layout, I am going to kind of make a horizontal layout. I'm going to use this light blue snowflake paper and do a strip all the way across. And I'm not gonna lie, this was a little tricky because as you can see, I did not carry it all the way across so it overlapped the plaid paper, the border. And I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I could have probably just cut off 1/2 inch because that's how wide the red paper was. But anyways, I did struggle just a little bit for that second page. I do have the washi for this collection as well, but I decided not to use it. And then I also have the 6x8 paper pad, and it was perfect. They had this Winter Wonderland saying, and that is exactly what this event was called that we were at. And so I thought that was perfect. And honestly, I think I ended up distressing the outside of it because my paper cutter, the blade needs to be changed, and it kind of roughed it up a little bit. So I was like, oh, perfect. I'll just rough up the rest of it. And then what I decided to do, which I thought would be perfect, was to make that kind of into a sign, so to speak. And so I went and got my twine, punched some holes in it, and instead of knotting it, I just taped it in the back. And as you can see, I did struggle because it was not all together, I guess. And then this was kind of interesting as well, trying to figure out the length of that the twine should be, because I do tape it in the back. And so as you can see, I kind of measured it like that, and then I don't know, pinched the twine and the paper, flipped it over, and then taped the back side. So it worked. And then I did trim down the papers just a little, or the pictures, sorry, just a little bit. And I'm going to use an off-white paper to back it. I believe it's French vanilla, the basil. A lot of the Simple Stories I'm finding is more of an off-white than a true white. So I have been stocking up on some kind of off-white papers because I do like to double back a lot of my photos. So I did double back it with this deep green polka dotted paper to bring in some of the green from the plaid border. And then I am just going to overlap them. And then I wanted to kind of have that second photo that I just placed down kind of at an angle, and the same angle that the sign, the Winter Wonderland sign, is going to I wanted it to be at. Wow. And then I just tried some of my tacky glue Oh man, and I am so sorry. I thought I had corrected the camera angle on this page. So hopefully I slide it over for you. But the ephemera in this layout was perfect for the pictures I had chose. So the one on the left hand side are my sons looking out of a makeshift kind of mantle, and so I thought the fireplace over there was perfect. I have not glued that down yet. And then the picture I'm cutting right there is kind of like a winter house scene that my son's standing in front of, and the ephemera had these little houses as well. And so I am going to use those. So bear with me, the camera angle does get a little bit better. I bring the second page over a little bit. One of the things I kind of struggled with was that top right corner. And I've been loving banners kind of to fill that in, and this little mitten banner was just perfect. So I am going to end up placing that to the top right. And now you can kind of see the houses I was talking about. I am going to overlap a couple of them. The bottom one I am going to just tape down, and then the top one, to give it some dimension, I am going to put up on some foam tape. And what I wanted to do when I placed these two pictures down is I wanted them to, at least the inside picture, I wanted to kind of line up with the one on the first page. And then it was a little tricky. The second picture on the second page, I had to figure out how to get it or where to place it. I didn't want the houses to kind of take up too much of the picture, but I did want it to overlap a little bit. And then the second one actually ended up being too low. You could see the red paper behind it, and I didn't want that, and so I ended up adding a third smaller house. I had to cut off part of it, but I ended up adding a third one there, and then just a little journaling card, because I think this might be the only layout from this event for my youngest, maybe, but I did want to add some journaling, and so I added that to fill in the spot on the right hand side of that page. I ended up adding that winter days ephemera down at the bottom, and added some enamel dots to the clusters just to kind of finish them off. And then that winter wonderland, I knew I wanted to add something to the top that kind of looked like it was holding the sign in place, and there was this perfect snowflake here, and as you can see, I genuinely struggled getting that on there and getting the twine kind of straight. So that is actually going to complete the base of the layout. What I decided to do, because there is a lot of the red showing, I decided to add some gold glitter, gold splatty bits, and so I'm just using the gold Heidi Swap Color Shine to finish that off. And so that is going to be the end of the layout. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, definitely check out ScrapbookStudioNC. Check out what she has in her shop, and if you like what you see with the Winter Farmhouse collection, she will have that up as well. And don't forget, you get 10% off and free shipping over $35 through the end of May. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.